Alright, so what's poppin', everybody? It's your man, Young Ida Costello, back again with another video. Now this video is gonna be another album review, and today's album that I have to review today is Isaiah Rashad, The Sun's Tirade. Now Isaiah Rashad is somebody that I'm a big fan of. I really loved Sylvia Demo. That came out probably my junior year of high school, and I played that like crazy. I'm a big fan of Webby's Flow, West Savannah, songs like that. I really like his lyrical ability. I really like his cool, chill, laid-back beats that he really raps over. And then also, I really like his sluggish tone, because he raps kind of sluggish and slopey, but then he also like has bars behind that to back it up. And I think that that is cool. So after he dropped Sylvia Demo, you didn't really hear much from Isaiah Rashad. So he just dropped this new album, The Sun's Tirade, and I was definitely interested in checking it out. And I will say that it is a great project. I am really enjoying it so far. I'm really enjoying the production. I'm really enjoying the beats that he uses. I'm enjoying the features also. Like there's a nice feature from Sid from Odd Future. And Kendrick Lamar also drops a great verse also. So I'm really liking this album so far. As well as the beats, like I said before, you get a nice little smooth, jazzy kind of beat tone throughout the whole start of this album. So I think that that's cool. I sort of get like I get a To Pimp a Butterfly vibe, but then I also get like a Midnight Marauders vibe too. So I think that that is pretty cool. His flows are always on point. And the thing about Isaiah Rashad is that his flows are always different. Like his flows are kind of muddy, but you can still understand what he's saying, but it's kind of muddy and harmonious at the same time. So I think that that's cool. We all know it's been like, what, a cool year since he dropped his new album. So as you listen to this album, you hear, I believe it's Top Dog. I believe it's Top. He keeps on leaving him messages saying, yo, you know how long it's been since you've had your album out, man? Get the stick out your ass and let's get it poppin', son. Like he's pretty much just pressuring him to go ahead and drop that album. And then throughout the album, you also hear his voice come through countless amounts of times. And I think that even though they are importing his voice into the album, it doesn't fit in badly with the album. I think that it fits in cool, and I think that a lot of the audio recordings are actually pretty cool and actually pretty funny, especially the Wikipedia one. Now, like I said, I'll get into features now. Sid from Odd Future was featured in a song called Silk the Shaka, and that is probably one of my favorite songs on this album. I really love her vocals. I really like how Isaiah Rashad places his vocals over her vocals. And then I really like the beat in the background. The beat is very moody. The beat is very like emotional. Throughout this album, you'll see Isaiah Rashad rapping about girls, money, drugs, and bitches. You'll see him rapping a lot about that throughout this album. And you also see like a kind of softer side of Isaiah Rashad that I kind of like also. Like how you did on Sylvia Demo with West Savannah. Now on this one, there's like a little bit more songs that kind of display his softer side. Now another highlight of the album for me is Free Lunch. Now Free Lunch is a dope song on this album. I really like his lyrics. I really like his vocal work also. But then you'll notice that while you listen to Free Lunch, while it is playing and while it is going on and on, you see like synths rising in the background and violin chords rising in the background and going down, then going back up, really making it kind of intense and suspenseful. And I think that that's really cool because the beat was cool in general. Like I was really messing with the smooth beat, but then they kind of made it a little bit intense and a little bit suspenseful with by the way that the chords kind of rose up. So I thought that that was cool. Now let's get into that Kendrick verse. Like I said, whenever Kendrick Lamar gets on a song, I feel like he's always thinking, I'm going to murder this guy. So his verse on here was dope as expected. I really like the line, if I even wanted to, I could kill everybody here. But if I even wanted to, I could heal everybody here. I really like that line. I like how whenever he kind of explodes on a song, he thinks of that side of himself as an alter ego. Sort of like how Eminem has Slim Shady. So I thought that that was dope. It put a lot of things into perspective for Kendrick Lamar. Another highlight of this album was definitely Park. Oh my gosh. The homie Isaiah definitely went off on Park. I messed with Park heavy. The beat's cool. The beats, like I said, all of the beats on this album are pretty much smooth. But his flow, bruh, and his wordplay on Park is dope. Definitely one of my favorite songs on that album. Park is, like if I was to say what song constantly gets repeated, it'd have to be Silk the Shaka or Park. Because Park is always getting repeated, especially when I'm in the car. This man said, I will piss on your family. I will piss on your favorite rapper. Piss, my dog. He said, piss, my good man. Piss. Like, that's some otherworldly, disrespectful type stuff right there. So I really like that wordplay. I really like the bars that he had in Park. I thought that that was cool. So I will say, like, the first half of this album is really good because it really sets the tone. It definitely sets the tone. But I will say that as the album progresses, it dips a little bit here and there, but then rises again, then dips a little bit. Like, there are songs here where the production is just switched up, where like the normal vibe is just a nice chill beat, chill, jazzy, blues kind of instrumental, but then like you kind of get like a mustardy beat towards the second half of this album. And I'm not saying that those are bad songs, but kind of if it's fit in the album, it kind of, some of it is kind of fit in the wrong way, if you know what I mean. But I will say that on this album, there isn't anything really bad or anything really horrible on this album at all, but there are definitely some hits and misses. Probably one of my least favorite songs off the Sun's Tirade is Don't Matter. Like I said, the production is kind of one way on this album, but then out of nowhere it kind of just switches into a whole different beat. So that's definitely not a song that I'm feeling. And then he's pretty much just saying the same chorus over and over again, hoes masturbating, I believe. Like that's all I'm hearing. So I'm not really a big fan of that song. But then like right after Don't Matter is over, it goes right back into the same production that I was talking about, with the jazz and the blues, all kinds of nice little soothing, calming instrumentals. It goes right back into that. So it's sort of like if you take out Don't Matter, it's a way better album in that perspective. I will say bars wise, he brings it. Vocal wise, this man is a weird vocalist. Like, his vocals aren't bad, his vocals are definitely weird, so you might have to really warm up to him if you haven't really heard anything like that. It's kind of like a druggy drunken ODB if ODB wasn't as druggy and drunken as he already was. But I like it. I think the vocals are cool. Now for favorite songs, if I had to tell you what my favorite songs were, I'd have to say Park, Silk the Shaka, and Dress Like Rappers. Now what are you guys' favorite songs? Put that in the comment section down below. So this album is pretty cool. A nice calm, soothing album with some bars and some relationship references that everyone would like to hear when they're going through something like that. So I like it. So if I was to give this a grade, I'd have to give this a low 8. It's not a definite 8, but it's a low 8. Like, it's just right on the cusp of being a real 8. But I think it's good enough to give it a low 8. What about you guys? What do you guys think of this album? Put that in the comment section below also. I really do appreciate you guys for watching as always. What would you guys like me to review next? More videos are coming soon, but without further ado, you already know your boy gotta say, hey, blessings, blessings, blessings. And just gotta say, hey, Chris